This is our iteration release video for conversion group for digital experience on June 15th. Chat about what we did this last iteration and hand over to Tina and go on the room.
Great, thanks. So I had a lot of PTO this iteration, so I wasn't all that productive. I did manage to get a dedicated design approved. So what that means is we're launching GitLab dedicated, I believe today. So we're adding a banner to our pricing page, but right now we are running an experiment on the pricing pages. So we had to make a design for both the variant and the control, which is basically the same thing. Did a mobile design for that. I also created a banner for the Gartner action that was happening last week. Trevor took that over the finishing line for me, but that is something that I supported with. And I've also been working on homepage iterations. So we started off with a bunch of MVC updates that we've seen in the past couple iterations. I'm also creating a deck that kind of outlines what we've been working on. So some research that we've done, we're identifying problems, surfacing the data that we've seen to make it more visible, and then making some suggestions and all of that. So this is still a work in progress. I've socialized it a little bit, and I've had a lot of feedback for improvements to that. So that's still work in progress, but it's what I've done most of this week. That's it for me. I'll pass it over to Margaret.
Yep. So this sprint I was off a couple of days for PTO and holiday, but I did get a chance to work on finishing the A/B test that we launched for the pricing page. I'm actually going to share my screen. Let me know you guys can see it. So yeah, I finished working on the A/B test for the pricing page. It's been launched since last sprint, and it's ongoing. And I also worked on creating the dedicated banner for the pricing page for both versions, for our test and our control version. So this is how that banner looks. And I also worked on the homepage carousel. We're working on updating that to be like a more traditional carousel. So this is one of the versions for that carousel with just a few animations. And I also worked on a version like with more traditional animation transitions. And I think that's it for me, for my sprint. I'm just gonna pass it over to Miracle.
Thank you. Oh, there goes my voice. Thank you. This iteration was a bit short for me. I just got back from London on Monday, but I did work on our new analyst reports for the industry analyst components that are on the homepage and on the free trial page. Yesterday, we decided on what reports will be presented, and now I'm waiting to hear back from Forrester and Gartner that we can go ahead and use those reports. I also worked on, excuse me, there goes my voice again. We're having a bug with our cookie preference text that's in the footer for OneTrust. I'm going back and forth right now with them, with their support team to try to figure out what that issue is. I also worked on localizing the install page. There's still a bug with a component that I'm trying to figure out. And in regards to the reskin for the free trial signup page, I'm waiting for approvals from the growth team and also a finalized list of new logos we can use for that page. And I will hand it off to Nathan.
Thanks, Miracle. Oh, there's my voice. So the last actually 2 iterations I'm going to share my screen actually, focused on a contentful, that should be good. Contentful trial stuff. So we'll be doing like, integration with our CI, playing with assets and all sorts of stuff. And so just as like a little demo, it's not terribly complex, but say if we make some changes to, what's a good one? I guess I'll just do this one. GitLab, let's say with one, and then type hello. You can publish the changes, and you'll see that a pipeline will automatically trigger. This is a new project, so I made a separate project called Contentful Trial in the digital experience bucket. And so yeah, so all that pipeline stuff's working, everything was working. So that kind of concluded the trial that we were doing with Contentful. It was a lot of fun, a lot of learning. But aside from that, let's freaking zoom. There we go. There was the Gartner banner that went up. I helped start it, but there's a lot more iterations after that. And then for fun, I kind of do this like once a year, is to understand the remaining www pages. So as we migrate out of www to buyer experience, it's kind of cool to see what's left. And so you can look at this issue and see all the remaining pages. And it's pretty neat to see that like a lot of the job families are gone because now they're with handbook. And then the customer ones, there used to be like 90, but I think we've already migrated like 62 case studies over. So it's pretty neat to see like the before and after of like what's happened year to year. But the bulk of it is the blog. We got like 1,700 pages left. So that was a fun little exercise. And then I just spike into Nuxbridge. So Nuxbridge is kind of it's like a node module that you can add into your Nux2 project, and it gives you Nux3 functionality. I know Javi and Mateo have done some playing with it in the past, and we've been stuck with the content module not working. So I did a bit of a spike and realized that maybe it's not the best tool for us. Nuxbridge is a pain to deal with. It doubles kind of your development time. Hot reloading takes twice as long. It's not good. So I found another one called Composition API, which allows you to use Composition API in Nux2. So that might be a good path forward. So we can migrate all of our pages to Composition API. And then when we go to Nux3, it'll be a lot easier. But with that being said, I don't know if we're ready for Nux3 either. Their image module is not ready yet. They said slated for the end of 2023. So we should probably wait for that. And then the I18N support is in beta. And so I think we should probably wait for that to be ironed out and no longer in beta, as we do a lot of localization on the buyer experience site. And there's one other thing that's not ready, and there's no full static site generation. So I just don't think now is the best time. We can start preparing by using Composition API, but I think we're still maybe 6 to 9 months out from even starting that kind of migration process, if there's space in an OKR. But anyway, that's it for me. Justin, I'll hand it back off to you.
Anything else? See everyone next time.